Hi all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time of the day you are joining me. I'm Analyst Ankur. I'm back with another quick episode. I'm covering one of the prominent tech companies, Apple. Hmm. So we did this two cross two assessment, risk assessment of top tech giants, US listed companies at House of Analyst Ankur. On the x-axis, we have the quantum of risk, operational tech and business. On the y-axis, we had the immediacy of risk. While I was performing the analysis, one of the parameters has been the difficulty in monetization and sustainability of AI initiatives. On that specific parameter, I'm talking about for this company, very loved company, Apple. So let's see what I have written. My question to everybody is why Apple is slow towards AI adoption compared to peers. They have been slow, they have been quite slow. Many other analysts, many other research giants, many other professionals on LinkedIn and on a Substack on us and similar forums have talked about why the AI adoption is slow, why the investment numbers are less. They have given the quantum as well. I have actually forgotten to give the quantum here, but that's okay. So first thing is, uh, I was trying to find out what are the specific reasons, what could be the specific reasons. I was reading the different hypotheses that have been different by that have been given by analysts and that have been given by Apple executives. And there are three things that to some extent I am buying. One, customers are okay with it. So Forbes has reported this thing. There's this survey done, which is called as American Customer Satisfaction Index Survey, ACSI. This survey has indicated that Samsung electronic users are 1% less pleased with their Android powered smartphones than they were a year ago. Satisfaction with Google and Motorola has dropped by 3%, but the survey also found that iPhone users are 1% less satisfied. These numbers aren't to be much read in detail. The only thing to be read in detail is the fact that if you see Samsung, Google, I'm not sure about Motorola, what all have they been up to. But Samsung, Google, those guys have done a lot of work in the AI space, right? And still, people are not so much satisfied. On the other hand, Apple, iPhone users are only 1% less satisfied. This survey is being used to make the case that whether AI is there, whether AI is not there, it is not making so much difference, and and there's not much effect on the satisfaction of the user. Now, if we see from a company standpoint, if customers are okay with it, the levels are not getting dropped, then it's an okay thing. Why would a company invest in something which is asking for billions of dollars, right? So it's a okay hypothesis that if customers are okay with limited AI initiatives, it means the return of investment of AI is not so high for the customers, maybe in the mobile phones. Though Apple has been continuously adding AI to its apps. And I also read a very interesting thing which is calling out that Apple believes that the AI processing should happen on the phone itself. This is another very interesting hypothesis. Second thing is current AI developments are far from Apple standard. So in illusion of thinking is the name of a research paper that is given. They are calling out the difference between thinking and pattern matching. Please understand the difference between the two. See, we also as humans think sometimes we are thinking and sometimes we are pattern matching. I can give a corollary to it. When we are doing um, when when We are doing technical analysis when you are doing generally when people are doing trading. They are pattern matching. The different patterns that have happened in the past, people try to reciprocate that pattern today. What has happened 5 years back, if similar pattern is again being followed today, so this would be similar outcome. So pattern matching is more outcome oriented. Thinking, on the other hand, is like thinking the pros and the cons. In the cartoons, we are shown as like there's a person who is standing, and then there's one image of a devil here and an angel here. That's thinking. That's thinking. Wherein you think something plus and minus, pros and cons, and your mind keeps wandering. It's a kind of brainstormed mind wherein different ideas are coming. Continuous thoughts are there. That's thinking. It's difficult. Pattern matching is easy. Though pattern matching is also actually very difficult for a machine, and it's a kudos to the engineers and the data scientists who are making this possible for machines. What meta researcher Yan Lee Kun also believes, Yan also says that at present AI is pattern matching. See, pattern matching can only lead to certain outcomes. It can only lead to the outcomes which have happened in the past because it's pattern matching. Thinking takes us to a new level. So, in that sense, I do agree that the current AI developments are far from Apple standard if they call out that Apple does things beyond. Apple Apple wants its AI to think and not just pattern match. The third thing is the phenomenon of late is okay. All of us have been calling it out that Apple is late to the market, that Apple is the late entrant, that Apple has wasted time. Apple has not deployed its resources well and is depending on the third parties to build its LLMs. Apple CEO has reminded everyone that they have always been late to the party, late to the market. He says we have rarely been first. There was a Mac before, there was a PC before Mac, smartphone before iPhone. Agreed, Apple has been able to tell to the market that we are different. So, okay, we can understand that they are working behind the scenes and they will come one day and they will um, be totally new and totally different. So, pattern, as I have written, point two, pattern matching versus thinking is the most that intrigued me, and I buy it. Just throwing the light again on the 2x2 assessment that I did. On the x-axis is the quantum of risk. On the y-axis is the immediacy of risk. So quantum of risk and immediacy. Quantum is how much risk is taken. Immediacy, how much of that is today versus how much of that is say 1 year from now. How much of that is 2 year from now, 3 year from now. That's the immediacy of risk. Parameters. One first parameter is difficulty in monetization and sustainability of the AI initiative. The second is threat to existing key revenue component. Third is failure to hire and retain key personnel. And fourth is the effect of macroeconomic factors. See, first factor, difficulty in monetization and sustainability of AI initiative. All of the companies, even including Apple, Apple might be less, others would be more difficult, but each of the company is putting in money in AI. So I'm trying to check my parameters are, is it the difficulty in monetization of AI and the sustainability? How to what extent can this AI initiative be continued? And to what extent is it difficult to monetize this initiative? Second is a threat to existing key revenue component. See, I always give this example, and I believe I've made another video of it. Google has close to 75 or 77% of the revenue coming from the ads business. Over the years, they have been reducing their dependence on um, they have been reducing their dependence on the uh, ads business and increasing it on Google Cloud. So that's a plus in my opinion. That's a plus. Revenue diversification is always good. But same is not true for Meta. 100% of their business is the ads business. Third is failure to hire and retain key personnel. See, um, there are two kinds of the industries. One kind of industry is more commoditized industry. In the commoditized industries, it's okay if people come, people go. The revenue per FTE doesn't change much. The other industries are like these, the tech industries. Certain people, because of their intelligence, because of their skill, because of their set of experiences, they have a lot of determining power. So I have tried to map certain companies which have a harder failure to hire and retain key personnel. Finally, is the effect of macroeconomic factors. See, obviously tariffs are an ongoing concern, but apart from those tariffs, there are certain companies in this true cost to assessment which say we don't do business with China. We are facing troubles in the emerging economies. Some are saying we are facing very competitive um fines by the European Commission, which are kind of unfair in nature. So I am counting all of those things in the macroeconomic risk. See, because unlike individuals, organizations work in different geographies and they are subject to different norms, they are subject to different cultures, and they are subject to different, uh, obviously, legislation is, I personally think, whenever the social contract ends, it's then that the legal contract kicks in. Till the time social contract is there, legal contract is not needed. So this is my set of analysis for each of these companies. I can help with my very specific point of view as to explaining why this company is here. Why is it this position this way on the X and this way on the Y? Please note, analysis is performed by me through an analyst lens. I track the IT, engineering, and SaaS markets for both enterprises and providers, thus understanding the evolving B2B and B2C market needs. Please note, I'm not a registered investment advisor. Analysis is not performed in any stock price volume movements, but strictly on the risk assessment methods, which are both qualitative and quantitative in nature. No recommendation of any equity picks are being taken care by Ankur Jain, House of Analyst Ankur or Analyst Ankur. These assessments are helpful to understand the kind of risk appetite and risk assessment of these firms from their IT, engineering, and SaaS dominance. Coverage companies include Netflix, Shopify, Adobe, AppLovin, ServiceNow, Salesforce, IBM, Mastercard, Microsoft, Palantir, Uber, Alphabet, Accenture, NVIDIA, Oracle, Meta. You can write to me on LinkedIn. You can mail me to get the complete report. This is all about it today. You can let me know what did you like, what did you dislike about this point of view of mine, and we can have a more detailed discussion. I also do private sessions and private one-on-one discussions with people. I also do joint podcasts with people. You can do joint podcasts with me, and we can discuss more. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.